Hi, we're back. I'm Tina Trenner, and this is Zach Hames. And you know, we're just having so much fun here because we're talking about such cool stuff.
I love it.
I love it too. And one of the things that I wanted to mention is here in Nye County, we love our wild horses and burros. And one of the things that Dennis is very concerned about is the horses. And he and I had conversation about them. He loves the horses.
Absolutely. Up in northern Nevada, we have the same thing that's going on. We have wild horses that are wild and native to Nevada, and we have the same issue up there that they do down here. They get on the road and it's dangerous, but you know what?
Dangerous.
They're beautiful, and we love when we wake up at the property that he owns up there and opening up the door and there's 40 horses at the front door.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
So it's the coolest thing.
Now, one of the things that has happened here is that in the north end of town, as you're going out of Pahrump, there's a cattle guard. And from that cattle guard to the east runs a long fence that goes all the way up. And someone called me the other day and said that the fence has been broken down and the horses are getting across, and now they are down in people's houses and wandering around. So that's something that we have to look into and get the damn fence fixed. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But I like the fact that the people went out and they made handmade signs that said, "Beware of the burros."
Dennis and I, we were driving home one day, and I see this lit up sign, and I was like, well, what is that? I said, that's not a regular highway traffic sign. And so we look at it, and it says, "Beware of the burros." And like I said, being from northern Nevada, you just don't see that. So the community getting involved, and we have definitely seen that our community supports these wild burros.
Yeah, love them.
And they don't know that it's a road. They just know that it's home.
Yep.
So these community members went out and painted multiple signs, not one or two, like 10 of these signs that say "Beware of the burros," and they put a solar light so it lights up at night so you see it. Because when you drive home, you don't see them, and people hit them all the time, and it's so
terrible.
sad.
It's terrible. Well, I mean, it's awful for the burro, but you can get killed hitting one of them too.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really dangerous. So we need to get that fence fixed. I don't know how you get the horses and burros that came across the fence back to the other side of the fence and then fix the fence. That's something we're going to have to work on, because it has to happen, and it needs. And you know, I mean, I know people are complaining, "Oh, they're eating my grass," and you know. Okay, you know, I'm sorry they're eating your grass. Get over it. But,
we live in the desert. It's one of those things. If you live by the freeway, you know you're going to have road noise.
Yes.
If you live in the desert, you know you're going to have wild horses, burros, snakes, bugs,
all
creepy
kinds of
crawlies,
things.
all that
It's really
stuff.
true.
It's just, it comes with the territory.
It does. Now, one of the things that it's like a slogan that Dennis has now is "Make Nevada, Nevada again." And I've had people say to me, "What does that mean?" And I said, well, exactly what it says. Make Nevada, Nevada again, because we've had so many people from a state that will remain nameless to the west that have moved into Nevada and tried to change it.
They have. They always claim that they have tried to seek refuge in Nevada.
Yes.
And they want to come where there's less government, less taxes, and then they start infringing all of those same rules.
Yeah.
They get on town boards, they get on as county commissioners, they get on as HOA presidents, and they start changing it back to the way
California
was.
Oh, did I say that word?
So what we're trying to do is make Nevada, Nevada again. Live and let live. Be free. Dennis always talks about he moved to Nevada because he wants to carry his gun. He wants to be able to gamble 24/7 if he wants to. He wants to drink 24/7 if he wants to. He wants to go to bars. He wants to do whatever he wants to do. It's a very free state.
It is the ultimate American, the independent, rugged American that we all grew up with and that we know so well. And that's what Nevada is supposed to be. And so that's why I like the slogan, because make Nevada, Nevada again means Californians, don't tell us any stuff, okay?
Well, and he always says, Dennis always says this, he always says, you know what, I don't call it rural Nevada, I call it real Nevada.
And that's so true.
Because coming out here to these small towns, it's definitely where real people are. It's not a big city. It's not, Vegas is fun to go and visit, and it is part of Nevada. It's made Nevada famous for eons. But you go out to rural Nevada, and you got ranches, and you've got bars, and you've got mom and pop stores, and that's what Nevada is based on. You know your neighbors.
Right.
You feel comfortable letting your kids go out and play on the street till the lights come on and stuff like that. And that's what we want to get back to, is having conservative values, being the working man, supporting your family. What Nevada was based on when I was a little kid.
It's the American dream, and Nevada is the American dream.
It
truly is. It truly is the American dream, and we all want it back. Now, you got a house over in Mountain Falls.
Yes.
And and let me just say this. I'm originally from Palm Springs, and I don't think there's any more beautiful golf courses anywhere than Palm Springs, except maybe Mountain Falls. I'm telling you, there's angles where you can be out there. I've gone out there with people playing golf. I don't play, but I went out with them. And there are different scenes, I guess you'd say, where the grass, the water, the trees, and the mountains, and it's just spectacular.
It's gorgeous. And I get the liberty to wake up every morning and be backed up on the golf course, and it is beautiful, and it's nice and quiet. It's not like living in northern Nevada where you have all this crazy traffic, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning and car alarms are going off, and it's loud, and there's tons of people. It's so nice to be able to wake up.
My puppy wants to come over and run on the golf course.
It'll be perfect.
A blue dog running down. Okay,
Part of what makes Nevada, Nevada.
That's exactly right. All right, so Roger Stone came to town.
Yes.
And I met him, and I have interviewed. I've had radio shows, national radio shows, TV shows, everything. I've met a lot of people, but I must tell you that Grover Norquist was one of the people at the top of my list. I never got to interview, and I always wanted to. So I got to meet him, and I was really, really happy that I got that opportunity. And he's coming back. And I just want to tell you, if you did not come to the Roger Stone event, if by some reason that you didn't, I can't emphasize enough to come and hear him. He's amazing. You talk about freedom.
Ultimate freedom fighter is what I would call.
Yes.
We had so many great events during the primary.
Did.
And now that we're moving into the general, we have a couple of these people coming back, and I'm so excited. Roger's coming back out. Grover's coming out again.
But now you're going to say...
But now this is the one I'm super excited for, is we're working on a date for Sheriff Joe Arpaio.
Oh, I can hardly wait.
We're super excited. We've been
America's
talking back
sheriff.
And forth. Yeah, and the hard part is to get a date nailed down, because he's running for office himself.
Yes, I know he is.
So he's constantly busy, and of course his story is larger than life, I think.
Unbelievable guy.
And we're just working on a date, and we can't wait to have him out here.
When I first heard that, I said, Joe Arpaio, because he's like right up there with Roger Stone for me. Like I said, I've interviewed vice presidents, I've interviewed every senator and congressman, I don't care who, but those two guys, I am just crazy about both of them.
And Roger was so awesome to work with. From the get-go, getting the date set up and having him come out here, and the kerfuffle we had the first time.
Unbelievable. Like, he's coming. Wait a minute. He just got, sued by the DNC.
12 hours before he got on his flight.
Democratic National Committee just sued the guy. And didn't they block his credit cards or something? He couldn't even get out of town.
They did everything to him, and he had to go to meet with the attorneys and Trump and go do their thing.
Yeah.
Dennis and I are well aware of dealing with attorneys lately too, so
and I really think this, and I know how many of you love Donald Trump. Telling you, one of the reasons Donald Trump is in the White House is because of Roger Stone.
Absolutely.
He's in his ear. He's telling him what's going on, and Donald Trump is learning from him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I really think that's true. And Grover Norquist is coming back.
Yes.
Grover was wonderful.
Americans for Tax Reform.
Yep.
Dennis signed that taxpayers pledge.
Yes, I know he did.
One of the things that we ran on was that good old commerce tax that was rammed down our throats, and let's pay more money, and it's for the kids, it's for the schools. Well, you know what, that system's been broken for a long time. Dennis always says, when I moved here 47 years ago, that system was broken, everything was for the kids, and it's still the same, and we're still
50 out of 50.
50 out of 50. So
our school system, and that money was specifically, we were told that it was going to go into the education system, and now if you ask anybody, they say it goes into the general fund.
The general fund, or
which is a black hole.
Earmarked for the schools, but it goes to Washoe County or Clark County.
Yeah, that's true too. Yep, and then Clark County says, we don't have enough money. We need more. Don't get me started. Okay, so the other thing that I want to talk about is because you guys got this house over there, Dennis bought this house on the golf course. He's going to have spaghetti dinners, and you're going to be getting an invitation in the mail. Very apt to be getting an invitation to come on over to the house.
Yep, we're going to send out invitations to come and hang out with us, and barbecues and spaghetti feeds, and come hang out with us. Come have some soda. Come have some food with us. Come and get to know Dennis, the Dennis that you and I know.
Yeah, absolutely. When you do, you'll love the guy. You really will. You'll love the guy. And how nice is that he's willing to open his home? This goes back to the grassroots atmosphere. This is what he is. He is the guy that will shake your hand. He'll sit and talk to you about anything that you want to talk about. He'll give you an answer. And he may say to you, I don't know. I'll find out. But he will always tell you the truth, and that's so important, too, because we've been lied to for so long.
That's the nice thing is he has this web of people that he can go to. Michael McDonald, Ed Goodhart, three-time assemblyman, Michelle Fiore, Roger Stone, Grover Norquist, his good friend, Tucker Carlson, all of these super conservative big figures that know a lot about what's going on that Dennis doesn't, because you can't know everything that's going on.
No, you can't possibly.
You can't.
Yeah. Even though I'm a little neurotic and try. I can't tell you how much I try. And I know another thing that's really important, too, is, you know, a lot of people voted for Dennis. And we want to say thank you. Dennis is so appreciative.
We do. From our campaign, we want to thank everybody that went out and supported us, and everybody that worked on the campaign for us and talked to all their friends and voted for Dennis, and everybody that voted for him. We want to say thank you from the Dennis Hoff campaign. We couldn't have done it without everybody.
And let's just remind people that they can ask Dennis a question. You can call him. The phone number is going to be right there on your screen. Or you can email him at
askdennis@dennishoff.com. Or you can go and visit our website, dennishoff.com, sign up for our newsletters, see what's going on, what events we're doing, what events we're throwing, what's going on next.
Yep, and I'm telling you now, when Roger Stone's coming here, I don't care what you have to do that day, put it aside and go see Roger Stone, go see Grover Norquist, and oh, my favorite, please,
Sheriff Joe.
Sheriff Joe, can you imagine? I mean, how good is this? Dennis has good friends.
He does. He definitely has some good friends.
He really does. Thank you so much from myself, Tina Trenner, and from Zach Hames. And remember, vote Dennis Hoff. Thank you.